So in the previous lecture, guys, we created a pre-composition title from the main composition, and now we have the whole full size. But we don't need it all. We need just a portion to animate the text. That's all that we need. Now there are two ways to do it. You can start animating, then cropping, or cropping first. I prefer to crop first, keeping in mind what kind of animation I want to create. So let's start by cropping, then animating. To crop a composition, in fact, you will be setting the region of interest. If you click on region of interest, the mouse pointer changes into cross. You can click now and you are drawing the region of interest. That's what interests you. If you release, you can still come over and just make sure you adjust it the way you would like. Here you are. For example, this is fine with me. Now make sure you are satisfied from this region of interest, because going back to crop will be several steps, not just a simple step here. Then when you're happy, of course, you go to composition and you have the option here, crop comp to region of interest, and you click on it. Here you are, your composition changed size only. Okay, so if you go to composition settings, you will notice now it is 696 by 280. These coordinates, the height and the width, start from the top left corner, from over here. So if you crop more, you might eat things that you have put here. So let's add an animation here. Let's say after 15 frames. Okay, let's close the mode and the track matte here. We don't need them. And we take this one up a bit. So after 15 frames here, I want all this text to be at this position. I'll select all the text, press P for position, keyframe it, come back to the beginning, for example, and then click and take them all outside. Cool, guys? Fine. Of course, I can select the keyframes, the last one, because the first one are outside. There is no need to easy ease, and press F9 to easy ease. So now I have a very nice graph. I can select my keyframes, give them more time, okay, and then maybe do something like this. Let's run the animation. Pretty nice. Now there is a trick I want to show you here. You can just come to this frame, select all your layers, so I'm on a keyframe, and align them to the right. Here you are. Now notice what's happening. When you play, they're not coming all together. The long ones will take longer to arrive than the short text. In this case, it's pretty cool. Okay, sometimes it's not nice, depending on what you want to do. So now that we have created our composition, happy from the animation, let's go back and see what happened in the pre-comps. Click on the pre-comps and play. Here you are. Wow, this is pretty cool. So actually, this is your small composition now, the cropped one, or only with the region of interest. Before start saying how powerful is this, let's go back to title. And let's say you want to make it bigger. So you come to region of interest and you try to click outside to make it bigger. It does not work. You only can make it smaller. Well, that makes some sense. You see, this is the region of interest from what you're seeing. It is not about resizing your comp. It's only the region of interest. In that case, I'm interested to make it so small. If I look at my animation, it's cool. I will go back to composition and crop comp to region of interest. If you want to reset that, all you can do is to come back to composition settings, and here you say, for example, 1280 by 720. Let's unlock them by 720. Okay, this is the initial settings. Press enter and you're back to the normal size of the comp. I will undo this. Let's go back to pre-comps and see exactly what's happening. First of all, you can place it anywhere. Unlike the track mattes, there is no other layer to move, and the animation will work perfectly. Here you are. You see how? Cool. Not only that, you have all the transformations that you can play with it. For example, let's stop this here. If you turn on transform, you have position, scale, rotation. For example, you can come over here. Okay, you start, let's say, from here. Okay, you keyframe. Let's go to, I don't know, the beginning. Keyframe, and then move 1 second or 2 or 3, even if whatever you like, and then move it just over here. Okay, so now you have a nice double animation. That's what's going to happen. Pretty cool, pretty powerful also. But then you can come to the scale and decide, okay, let's make it 50%, or even animate the scale if you like. So you have this coming in, and it's pretty nice, guys. If you don't like it 50%, you make it 150, if that is possible for you. Cool, I will undo that, and the second one. And here you are, you created a reveal that is extremely powerful. Remember, you still have the opacity and the rotation to play with if you want. Now let's say you want to take these layers out through opacity. After 3 seconds, not much, you keyframe the opacity, and of course you know that. After some time, just a bit, you make it 0. Here you are. Now in the meantime, you could keyframe the position again, so you have a stable position over here, and somehow take it out. Okay, so we will come to this keyframe, we copy it, Ctrl C, we paste it on this side, and notice now the very powerful animation that you have created. Comes over, people read it, goes back, it has disappeared. Okay, notice, very beautiful. Of course, the possibilities here are enormous, guys. You know, it's up to your creativity. And notice you can come and create the exit animation over here. There is nothing wrong in saying, okay, after a few frames, people have seen it, I'm gonna keyframe again for all the layers, right? And then come back and take it out, like just like this. Fine. Let's go back to the main one and remove the position animation. Let's remove the opacity from over here at 100%. Okay. Now, if you play your animation, you have an in animation, and you have the out animation. Here you are. So you created something quite important and quite powerful, and I leave it to you to explore the pre-comps and the reveal methods. This method will work with anything that you can put in After Effects, from Illustrator, Photoshop, videos, images, whatever you like. You can use the pre-comps, and also it's extremely useful, and sometimes it's mandatory for certain visual effects. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you will use this method. I know you will. And I will see you in the next lecture.